Hello, welcome to Botany Biology 221. I look forward to having a wonderful semester with you. I'm your instructor, Maggie Gaddis. And before we get to uncovering all the truly wonderful things about plants and their pollinators and their environments, let me take you through the syllabus and orient you to the course. Okay, when you enter the course through D2L, there will be news items posted, and that is the first thing you will see. On these first few days, there are several news items, so you're going to have to scroll down to find all of this first day information. I'll normally update the news once or twice a week, and therefore you'll be able to see it without scrolling. But to get started here, definitely scroll down to the bottom of the page in the news. You'll also notice that there are helpful links over here. And if you're having any trouble with technology, this is your resource, not me. So please interact with the help desk if necessary, if you can't access your email or the course or any other tools in the course. Okay, so to get started, click on the content. Now notice over here, this left hand bar is static in the course. It'll always be there. And up here, you'll see this bookmarks. Just keep that in mind. I'll talk about that in a few moments. So of course, you want to start here with the first module of the course, okay? Read through each page. When you start on the first page, hold on one second. When you start on the first page, you can interact with this course like it's a flip book. So notice up here, there are these tools here. I'm going to discuss those for a second. I think those are very useful for our students and instructors. So right here we have these tools at the top of the screen. The first from the left is that bookmark tool. It sends the page to the bookmarks, which I showed you is at the very top of the table of contents. If you're working on a tablet, this is going to be really useful to you. There won't be any scrolling. Okay. The second tool is the Open in New Window tool. This is helpful if you want to push a page out into a different browser. You can then download it or read it later. The third and fourth tools are these arrows, and they take you back and forward, and you can use the course as a flip book. Okay, you could also use the bookmark tool to hold the page you are on if you're reading the course this way. So bookmark wherever you stop, log out, and then go check the bookmarks. Okay, so I've already met several of you in the student introductions, and it sounds like we're going to have an awesome class with a lot of engaged students. I look forward to learning from you, and I am super excited to share with you a lot of images I've captured over the years, and I just can't wait to share them with you because you sound like you really love plants, and that is exciting for me. So take a look through the pages of the course. Make sure you ask me any questions that you have. Once you've read through the Start Here module in the course information, we'll start Unit 1. Okay. Now notice you can interact with the course entirely through this paneling in the content. You may also access the components of the course using this main toolbar up here, whatever is most comfortable for you. After you've checked out the syllabus, go to the discussions and introduce yourself if you have not already. We have a couple of, we have this student study hall forum in which you can respond to each other, ask questions. I'll check in there, but don't wait for me to answer. It really is helpful. If you know the answer, respond. That's good karma for when you have an answer. Or excuse me, you have a question. There's also a link here to the discussion rubric. This is not a topic, so you cannot post in here. This just links you back to the syllabus. Then, as I mentioned, I'm teaching this course shell for the first time. And I noticed that right now we're in discussion 1, and there are 3 topics, okay? So let's think about how we're going to access this. According to the rubric, you need to make only a minimum of 2 posts. There are a maximum of 20 points that you can achieve. Okay, so far we've all posted in the integrity and science and academics discussion, but we also have how did we all get here? Oh look, we have a new post there. And what is science? Okay, so think about this 20 points that you can earn in the discussions as a cumulative effort. If you make only 2 posts, it is possible that you will not achieve 20 points. If you continue to interact throughout the open period, for example, this one will be open for a couple of weeks, you can summatively achieve those 20 points. So this is incentive for you to participate more than 2 times. Here, let's talk now about labs. Labs are an external component to the course. So you'll be shipped a lab kit after census, which is February 11th. So we won't actually start our lab work for a couple of weeks, but the information you need to conduct those labs is in this box that comes in the mail and on the CD that is inside the box, okay? With the exception of 1 lab, and I'll tell you when that's coming up, all of the lab information is contained within that CD. It is not in the course, okay? However, you submit that work through the drop boxes, okay? I'm not going to click in there because what I see is different than what you see, so I don't want to confuse you. When you do get your kit, please check out this drop box first. You must submit a photo of yourself in your box before you can start your lab work. This way we can authenticate your identity and the contents of your kit to be sure that you are actually doing all of your lab work yourself. Okay, let's go back here and look in content for just one more second. This course has some really excellent tools in terms of helping you gauge expectations for assignments. Okay, so let's check that out. Down here in the course resources are documents that explain very thoroughly the expectations per assignment. So let's look at this lab info and rubric quickly. Okay, we have a lab schedule here. Okay. We also have advice on submitting scanned in drawings and photographs, citation information, plagiarism, the rubric. And this is something I really appreciate. Here are examples of best, medium, and worst submissions for labs. We will not be writing formal lab reports except in 1 instance throughout the semester. Therefore, it's a short answer submission to your lab work. Show me that you conducted the lab work and gained information from this. Demonstrate that knowledge, okay? Of course, you can simply answer questions, but that doesn't show me that you really engaged with that laboratory experience. Okay? Now, also, I challenge you to present data as much as you can, and I'm totally willing to mentor you in that process. This is the next step to really understanding your garden or your nursery or your botany or what your wildlife are eating and how much you need in their territory. I will do my best to cater this course to your career and academic interests, which you've already done an excellent job of explaining to me. So continue to communicate. So to tell you a little bit about myself as a parting message, I am an ecologist, and plants are just truly amazing to me. For example, this is one of my favorite plants, the mountain mahogany. This is a seed to one of the most important browse species in the foothills montane region in Colorado, which is about 7,000 to 9,000 feet. Take a look at this seed. It has these hairs on it and it's curled up, but I will tell you that when it's dry, it's straight. And the tip of the seed is very, very pointy. So I'm going to leave you with those hints. Get back to me in discussion and tell me why you think a seed would be pointy at one end, hairy, and have the ability to curl up when it dries out. All right, thank you. See you in class.